Welcome back everybody to week 3 of our Blackjack Battle Royale. At week 3, the hands at each table are getting bigger and badder. Let's see what we got this week. And looking at our Alexander table to start off with, last week's cards included Greedy Shops, Tough Scaling, Thamasan Heirloom, Transcendent Characters, Magicite Skip, Artificial Flavor Only, the Berserker, and Chaotic Characters. And the new picks for week 3 are One Pair, Far Horizon, and the Pictomancer. One Pair ensures that our Alexander players start with 2 characters. Far Horizon unlocks Final Kefka after finding 8 characters and 12 espers. The Pictomancer ensures that one of your starting characters will always be Realm with Sketch. The interesting new development this week is that with One Pair ensuring that there's only 2 characters, the Pictomancer actually overrules the Gambler card that the Alexander table used to have. Next onto the Bahamut table, from last week there was Thief's Gambit, the Monk, Countdown, Far Horizon, No Free Lunch, Classic Curse, and the Rune Knight. The new cards this week include the General, Thamasan Heirloom, and Transcendent Characters. The General ensures that one of your starting characters will always be Celeste with Shock. Thamasan Heirloom has players starting with a random Esper, and Transcendent Characters means character starting stats will be between 140 and 200% of their original values. Now on to Carbuncle table. Last week's cards included One Pair, the Rune Knight, Random Bosses, Potent Espers, Feeble Characters, Dragon's Horizon, Cheap Shops, and Overflow Skip. New cards from this week include the Lancer and Random Chests. The Lancer ensures that one of the starting characters will always be Mog with Jump, and Random Chests has all chest contents excluding Monster in a Box chests 100% randomized. The Lancer overrules the Magitech Elite card which Carbuncle table used to have. And over to the Fenrir table from last week, there's River Mastery, Mixed Dragons, the Monk, Discount Magic, Glass Cannons, and Tiered Chests. New cards this week include Dragon's Horizon, Mage's Hunt, and Factory Upgrade. Dragon's Horizon unlocks Final Kefka after finding 6 characters, 9 espers, and defeating 4 dragons. Mage's Hunt adds the objective to grant all characters plus 20 magic power by defeating 4 dragons, and Factory Upgrade adds the objective to grant Magitech Upgrade by completing the Magitech Factory Finish check. For this week, Dragon's Horizon overrules last week's Far Horizon card. And over to the Maduin table, from last week there's the Monk, Discount Magic, River Mastery, Pathetic Characters, the Machinist, No Free Lunch, Mage's Hunt, Mirror Match, and Cheap Shops. The new cards this week include Soul Survivors, Dragon's Egg, and Reduced Rewards. Soul Survivors enables Split Party EXP, meaning experience will be split evenly amongst surviving party members. Dragon's Egg adds the objective to obtain an experience egg by defeating 2 dragons. Reduced Rewards means experience rewards are multiplied by 2 and gold/magic points are multiplied by 4. Surprisingly, the Maduin table has no overwritten cards yet. Looking now over at the Odin table, from last week they have the Ninja, Mirror Match, Samurai Dream, Cloudborn Mastery, Random Bosses, Thief's Hunt, and Meritorious Gear. New cards from this week include Boss Skip, Near Horizon, and Chaotic Characters. Boss Skip allows players to unlock Kefka Tower Skip after defeating 12 unique bosses. Near Horizon unlocks Final Kefka after finding 5 characters and 8 espers. Chaotic Characters has our characters' starting stats between 10 to 200% of their original values. Near Horizon overrules Odin's table previous Dragon's Horizon card, and Chaotic Characters overrules the previous Transcendent Characters card. Looking over at the Palador table from last week, the Blade Master, Dragon's Raiment, the Berserker, No Toys, Balanced Gear, Chaos Magic, Stronger Commands, and Samurai Nightmare. New cards from this week include Cheap Shops, Thief's Hunt, and Easy Scaling. Cheap Shops has item prices between 30 to 80% of their original values. Shop content is shuffled between shops and then have a 10% chance to be randomized. Thief's Hunt adds the objective to grant all characters plus 20 speed by defeating 4 dragons. And Easy Scaling has enemies and bosses gain 2 levels for each character recruited and Esper acquired. Enemy and boss HP/MP scales 2 times by each character recruited and Esper acquired, and enemy and boss EXP/GP scales 2.5 times each character recruited and Esper acquired. Enemies scale to level 50. Cheap Shops is the overruling card at this table, knocking out sold out shops from last week. Now over to the Ragnarok table from last week. Shuffled Statues, Finality, Austere Start, Random Commands, Sentry Bosses, Friends Skip, The Blade Master, Samurai Dream, and Wither. The new cards this week include Vegan, Potent Espers, and the Samurai. Vegan means no EXP eggs will appear in the Colosseum, auction house, shops, chests, or events. Potent Espers means each Esper teaches 3 to 5 spells. All Espers have a random stat bonus, and summons cost 50 to 80% of their original MP cost and can be summoned multiple times per battle. And the Samurai ensures one of your starting characters will always be Cyan with Sword Tech. This is another full 12 card table as there have been no overruling cards yet. Over at the Starlit table from last week, Vanilla Shops, the Dragoon, Overflow Skip, the Feral Youth, Vanilla Gear, Fighter's Hunt, Eclipse, and Big Blue. New cards from this week include Vanilla Bosses, the Sky Pirate, and Chaotic Characters. Vanilla Bosses ensures that bosses will be found in their original locations. The Sky Pirate ensures that one of your starting characters will always be Setzer with tools. And Chaotic Characters has our character's starting stats between 10 and 200% of their original values. Vanilla Bosses is overruling the Random Bosses card from last week. Looking now at the Tri-Talk table from last week, Elder Worms, the Berserker, NPC Zapper, Potent Espers, Transcendent Characters, Apocalyptic Upgrade, Boss Skip, and the Dragoon. New cards from this week are Comfortable Start, River Mastery, and the Monk. Comfortable Start has our players starting with 30,000 GP, 3 Moogle Charms, 5 Warp Stones, and 5 Phoenix Downs. River Mastery adds the objective to learn 8 blitzes by completing the Lead River check, and the Monk ensures one of our starting characters will always be Sabin with Blitz. And last but not least, our Lagomorph Lounge. Buckle your seatbelts for this one, folks. From last week, Scaled Chests, the Gambler, Vanilla Bosses, Vanilla Commands, Cecil's Delight, Far Horizon, Random Commands, Vegan, River Mastery, The Thief, Ash's Lament, NPC Killer, Mage's Gambit, Vivi's Lament, and Potent Espers. And the new cards for this week include The Mime, Tough Scaling, Wealthy Start, Unbound, Toy Shops, Fighter's Gambit, Fanatical Knowledge, Boss Skip, and Dragon's Raiment. The Mime ensures one of the starting characters will always be Go-Go. Tough Scaling has enemies and bosses gaining 2.5 levels for each character recruited and Esper acquired and Dragon defeated. Enemy and boss HP/MP also scales 2.5, and enemy and boss EXP/GP scales 2 times. Enemies scale to level 50. Wealthy Start has our players starting with 100,000 GP, 3 Moogle Charms, 2 Tools, 10 Warp Stones, and 10 Phoenix Downs. Unbound enables Open World. Checks do not have requirements, and every check is available immediately at the beginning of the game. Toy Shops has breakable rods, super balls, and elemental shields available for standard prices in shops. Fighter's Gambit adds the objective to grant all characters plus 20 vigor by completing the Win a Coliseum match quest. Fanatical Knowledge adds the objective to learn 24 lores by completing the Fanatic's Tower follower check. Boss Skip unlocks Kefka's Tower Skip after defeating 12 unique bosses. And Dragon's Raiment adds the objective to obtain a Dragoon set by defeating 2 dragons. Tough Scaling just edged out Glass Cannons as a card, and Toy Shops overrules No Toys from last week. And that's our update for week 3 of the Blackjack Battle Royale. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified with every new update video as we move towards the final table. See you all next time.